Hello, Mr. Clock. Is that how I continue? Yeah. It's funny that the clock is so important to this phase of the game, but it's like actively hard to spot in the environment. It's one of the darker locations. The town must live. Plague and unrest destroy the future when they rise above the red line on the chart. I must save the town every day to move forward by issuing effective decrees or eliminating foci of infection. Is that what the circle means? So what is the date? What is the... Dead gruel is bad. What is this? What is the status of this place? Day 3. God damn it. So I really am still not done with this day. I guess I'll just loop again. And it admittedly might be my shortest, because yeah, it's seemingly free to play the same day again. Minus the part where you lose whatever resources you use up. Hospital's going fine. Cathedral's bad. There's Sheva. Uruk. Stamaton is now no longer in danger. Magical assistant, which... This is frustrating. It's hard to parse what's going on the screen. Whereas, like, okay, I just saw the thing I wanted to change. It's the fact that I didn't finish the quest line about the vaccine. I want to finish analyzing their vaccine and come up with some kind of conclusion because I didn't get to research it. But it's like not listed here in any comprehensible way. The authorities of the town hall should be informed that Vlad Younger is poisoning people. I don't want to undo that. I'm trying not to waste everyone's time right now, but genuinely I'm like, how do I do the thing? I just saw the objective on the other screen, and then I start the day, and now I'm like, where's the objective? Is it that I need to start the day without altering any specific events because I didn't technically finish it? I don't know. Maybe I just start? And it'll just show up here. Okay, there it is. So let's analyze it in my lab. I tried to do a minute ago, but then it clucked over to 2 AM and failed. Some of this stuff is hard to parse. Analyze this material. A disgusting mixture of fat clumps, plague-stricken tissues, and dirty herbs for smell. Might help a stepworm, but will harm a human. And this is where it ended last time. Vlad Jr.'s mistake was giving people either a placebo or unattenuated bacterium, whoever gets lucky. Okay, now what do I do? Not my inventory. Ah! Do I talk to you? You're just behind me? It's just... Is that stand... Oh, there he is. No? Oh, that's the guy that works for me. And this guy just creepily stands behind me?
I could use some quiet.
Some of these quests, I'm just like, what is the logic of the quest? Like, how do you proceed? What are the actions you take? I'll examine it in my lab. I did. I examined it in my lab. Dead gruel examined. A disgusting mixture of fat clumps, blah blah, harm a human. Examined. It's an artifact. What do I do with it, though? I feel insane right now, but I'm like, what do they expect from me, man? So I can't prepare the projectile. So I might just go do that. It says I'll examine it in my lab. Do I need to go back and talk to him again? Can't trade. Right, all my stuff is inside of the clock. Genuinely wondering if this episode's gonna even happen, or if I'm gonna delete this episode because it will have been just nothing. It's a huge waste of time where I genuinely just walked in a circle for a while. But like, it was listed as unfinished, so I was like, I should figure out how to finish it. Right? This seems important. But now I don't understand what the logic of the quest is. And the quest hasn't updated its objective marker to be anywhere besides my own desk. Still there. The quest markers are large. There's no quest markers anymore. It's just shop locations.
As if things are animated.
So I guess that gives me a lot of free time today. So let's see if I can find the core. Oh, look, the top plague spot's gone. So there are 2 plague spots on the entire map this time, and 1 unrest location. So I did fix the chine by taking those actions. The game's hitching a lot right now. It's just going off into the distance now. Wait, that's not helpful at all. I don't know if I love this mechanic. Because I just don't have any idea how you're supposed to find it. And like running around blindly in these places while having various meters ticking down and the clock running out for your day kind of just sucks. Like maybe I forgot something from the tutorial. Okay, so this has been going disastrously. Let's test the idea that maybe it shows up in some districts? Maybe I've been running around the wrong district all this time. Can I go that way? The gate's not actually open in the real game. I gotta go the round. So, the place that I previously encountered the plant, but then the day ended before I could finish testing it. That place... oh my god, I'm so blue right now. Get faster! The place up north where I got the sample once before, that place has unfortunately been cured by the decrees that I took. But also, I've been running around this place for just an eternity, both yesterday and now, and I can't find the plant anywhere. So I'm thinking maybe the plant isn't always in every district that happens to be infected. Maybe it shows up in only some of them at certain times. Holy fuck, you get slow. Okay, fine.
Think.
I was hoping to just get to the next district and chomp down on something. Let's skip over to here, but then run around this district a little bit and look for red stuff to kick. Woof. I was like, I'm not that far from the transition. I feel like I should be able to just find something red. Then I was dying. Okay, so we're gonna check out the other infected districts since that's all I can really do today. And see if I can find the sample I'm trying to find. And if I fail, I'll probably just delete this video because it's just a whole fucking episode of me doing nothing just the whole time. And like I have some standards. God damn it, stop hitting F. I'm keep wasting my freaking matches. I like highlight a blank slot for my own safety.
The town dribbles.
The town dribbles. What a weird thing for you to say. You're kind of a little freak, aren't you, Bachelor? Ooh. What? The door! Someone, I need help. I can't hold it by myself. Hold it. Hold it. Keep it together. We'll stake them before they can say, Lord have mercy. Stake them? That's murder. You'll rot in prison. What's with the yelling, man? Not now. Stand aside. This house is under quarantine. There are infected inside. You see the men holding the door? So they don't get out. Someone help me, you useless lot. We can't let them out, I'm telling you. You'll stake one and then what? The rest will scatter like rats. They'll spread the infection all over the district. How do you know that they're infected in the house? Someone reported this. Can you imagine? Some idiots brought in an infected relative and hid him. Bloody morons. Hey, do something already. They're not going to stay in there forever. Burn the house. Burn the infection out. All of it. This is too much. Disperse at once, or else... Or else what? Go on, say it. Or you stop halfway. You'll be expelled from the militia, be sure of that. Oh, we're so scared. If not us, then who's gonna do the dirty work? Who's gonna clean up after this town, huh? Did you hear that? Someone smashed a window. Over here, they're getting outside. Bloody idiots. Hold them. Don't let them get away. Check the window. I'm so tired of fighting the sheer force of public stupidity. What a window. Move aside, pal. You're blocking the sky. You've settled in well. If I had the time, I'd consider joining you. Go ahead, then. I don't mind the company. Time's standing still, so there's no need to hurry anywhere. Catch your breath. Would you move over? Please. You do understand that time can't truly be stopped by decree. Not in reality. You underestimate this Dankovsky fella. He can do a lot. And besides, when you're looking at the sky, it makes no difference whether time is standing still or moving. If time is moving, then sooner or later, everything comes to an end. It ends in death. I understand. I'd never noticed before how viscous time is. Ha! I've won the silence game. Another victory for Bachelor Dankovsky. Interesting. So the decrees that I've done are showing up around the world in various ways. Good or ill. Differing levels of unrest and whatnot. Okay, so let's see if I can find it in here. I was hoping to find the flower in that zone because it seemed to not have a Shabnak-Adyg attacking me, so I was like, ooh, that's helpful. Oh. Okay, so she's back. Which her existence seems to indicate, on some level, that you've found a place that does in fact have the thing.
What's going on with my nerves?
There's like a heartbeat? Was that it? Seems like it. Where is she? Don't see her. Uh-oh. Got her. Got the sample to the still water. There's a alembic with a okay, so and I need an exit, which I guess would have to go back the way I came. Oh boy, that holds her back. Okay, so there's actually like a heartbeat sound that kind of indicates where you go, I think. And if you don't hear anything like that in the zone, I guess it must just not have one. So maybe there's only one on the entire map at any given time? I don't know, I'm kind of grasping still about what the logic is. We at least made progress. This is now a video I can actually fucking do something with. I have a whole previous recording that didn't go so hot. Game's hitching a lot more today. I wonder why. Why is there just a guy standing in the middle of my lab that I can't talk to? It's just a weird vibe. Wait, it's not analyze. Prepare the projectile. I've collected a sample from the plague's focus. I'll inspect it with my special lab equipment. Then I'll make a special mixture from it. My hands move on their own. This is my weapon. I'll load the mixture into the prototype. Perhaps I can clear out the focus of the infection. So this is the item. It breathes, but the breath is ever weakening. It will perish before the next day. So I have to use it today. So I guess I go back? The focus of infection must be eliminated today while the projectile lasts. Who are you? Professor Tellman, head of another lab. He was so very positive that every answer lay in the depths of one's psyche, and when the answers weren't there, Tellman would happily plant them. It would have been unforgivably stupid on its own, but even worse was the fact that I called him friend, and he summoned the commission on me, the rat. wonder if they did any new voice acting for this game. Maybe for The Bachelor? What I'm noticing is that characters from the last game are voice acted, and characters that weren't in the last game aren't voice acted. All the new Bachelor characters and so on, they're not voiced, as if maybe they just don't have voice actors. So, the plague appeared to you in the form of an enraged woman. That's telling. Could you briefly describe the nature of your relationship with your mother, Dankovsky? Talman, perhaps we should talk about how your denunciations led to my trip to the Gorkon. What kind of nonsense were you feeding the powers that be about Thanatica? You feel as though you are surrounded by enemies. When did that start? You're a scoundrel, and a cowardly one at that. You could at least admit you destroyed my laboratory. Say it to my face. I rather think we should focus on you and not me, Daniil. It was determined during the investigation that you need a psychiatric evaluation, so we can form a psychological profile. I agreed to draw it up because it's better if it's someone you know. Less outcry that way. So you're here to officially declare me insane? Not in the slightest. Firstly, it isn't true, and secondly, even if it were true, I'm not sure I'd be allowed to declare you as such. Insanity, you see, absolves one of responsibility. Absolving myself of responsibility is the last thing I want. Splendid. Then let's discuss the situation. So, you collect a sample from some dirt from the ground in a plague-ridden district. You take it to analyze it. That all seems perfectly logical so far. But then, the analysis showed that the soil sample contained unusual cells, which I believe belonged to the sand plague. They were alive, but in a dormant state. To put it in layman's terms, they were asleep. How did you feel when you voluntarily entered a lethally dangerous district? Do you think it was a subconscious attempt to die, and, with your sacrifice, restore Thanatica's reputation? I'm going to ignore your baseless, idiotic assumptions about my motives. I activated the cell using stimulants and topical irritants. The result was a plague sample, an unstable and extremely dangerous one. I couldn't administer it to a patient. It wasn't weakened, like in a vaccine. It would have killed them. Do you feel like any action you take is doomed to fail? It wasn't failure. I noticed something curious. In the laboratory environment, the plague cells resorted to autophagy. In other words, they began devouring each other. Much like, in your perception, competing laboratories are trying to devour Thanatica, correct? It was impossible to use that sample for a vaccine, but an unusual thought occurred to me. If the activated plague cells were devouring themselves, perhaps they could be used to create an antidote. Not for sick people, it would kill them, but for the infected districts. How would that even work? I mixed the activated cells with a base for a compound to be dispersed with the prototype. It created a caustic, aggressive reagent that was only good for a few hours. By applying it to a plague contagion epicenter, I could force it to devour itself and cleanse the district. So you're saying the plague's greatest enemy is itself, and yet you stubbornly continue failing to see your own projections. Having loaded my prototype with this cleansing agent, I headed back to the Plague District to kill an enraged woman. Why do you keep making this about women? You speak of your actions in manner that sounds scientific, even professional, but there are witnesses who claim that you began hallucinating a certain female figure in infected districts and saw you attack it. Don't deny it, Daniil. A local myth describes the plague as a steppe golem that supposedly pretends to be a woman. I simply adopted the imagery. You know, canonical killers, people in a manic state, have a certain behavioral pattern. They strive to kill bad people, often women, often marginalized, in order to cleanse the city. Like he's Jack the Ripper? These fantasies of yours say more about you than they do about me. It's also been noted that on the very first day after your arrival, the town was gripped with mass psychosis. The townspeople were killing steppe women because they thought there was a murderous golem among them. Do you think the psychosis could have affected you as well? I object, Your Honor. The prosecutor is manipulating the witness. I just want you to realize, Daniil, why you're sitting here, why I wrote that note about you. You are a danger to yourself and others. You are driven by hallucinatory manias. It's not a sin, but you must acknowledge that you are not of sound mind. Only then can the healing begin. And by healing, you mean electroshock, right? I sincerely hope that when you released toxic gas at what you thought was a woman, it truly was just a cloud of plague cells. Stay strong, Dankovsky. We will overcome all of this together. I didn't harm anyone. Do you hear me? Wild. That's fun. I'm sure there are another character that's beyond reproach. Yeah, Professor Tellman. The inspector's here too. Wait, yeah, no, we knew the inspector was there. I was thinking of the other guy. I wonder who the other queens are that aren't the playable characters, since we know both of them. Slowly filling this crazy ass map in. Heron's an advanced pawn. So far, the pawns and the pieces are characters from the previous game. The advanced pawns are all new, I think. I think the Cathedral Caretaker wasn't in previous games, or neither was Heron. The Inspector and Tellman. What a wild little experience. Still gotta work on saving grief. Alright. This actually might be what I want to do in the future. I might want to do what I'm doing right now on future runs and heavily fixate on curing the disease as much as I can, because it might remove an entire plague district from the map. Which seems like it would, like anything that reduces the amount of plague overall. I think it seems like it would continually make the actual questing easier. Gee, that one's mighty ugly. Whose idea was to put this nastiness everywhere? We're scared enough as it is without these towering wooden things. Should have put something nice up instead. Something beautiful that would please the eye. They say scarecrows ward off all things unholy and unclean. Not doing a great job with the unclean ones then. I haven't had a bath in a week, but here I am. I know. They're to scare off birds, right? It's obvious. Birds spread the infection, so they're keeping them away. Such nonsense. What evil do birds even do at anyone? Birds are God's own creatures. Any infection bounces right off them. Oh God, that's super not true. Ma, let's go, Ma. I don't want to be here, Ma. But you're saying that people aren't God's creatures, because infection sure doesn't bounce off of people. Are they, though? Birds do no evil. People do nothing but evil. I'll tell you this much. If there's a plague eating this town alive, we must have had it coming. It serves us right. Yeah, keep wagging your tongues. It's a plague effigy. It means the infection's already here, and they've locked us up like rats in a plague nest, and are waiting for us all to croak. We've got to run. Run before it's too late. You think you'd get very far? The steppe is like a sea. You can't cross it on foot. Have you ever even seen the sea, tramp? I'll follow the track. You can't get lost if you follow the track. That is true, you can just follow the train track to wherever it goes. You're planning on breaching the quarantine? Quarantine? What quarantine, my dear fellow? All I'm seeing is, in a word, a mess. And I'm done being part of this mess. Done. Do you imagine the plague is a voluntary affair? Do you think you can opt in and out? The plague is a beastly affair, but what our higher-ups are doing with the quarantine of theirs is twice as beastly. Ma? Pa? Can we go? Let's go home. Please? Listen to your son. He is the only one among you who says sensible things. Damn. Went out for people's throats. There's so many little events to spot everywhere. The emphasis on fast travel kind of makes it easier to miss everything. But I'll have reasons to stop in those places because I think they might just be semi-randomized events tied to specific changes. Like that was literally about... That one was literally about the effigies I put up, so I just caused that with my decrees. It's nice that they show up in the environment. The source of the infection. Now I need to find Shabnak. Once I find her, I must 3. Prepare the prototype to fire the projectile. Left click, hit the plague with it, reduce the infection. I only have 1 attempt. Shabnak's unpredictable, and I have only 1 attempt. Before taking a shot, I should immobilize it with the bonfire or the prototype. I have to shoot the Shabnak? Wait. All of the previous messages made it sound like I had... Okay, well, it's mixed. Mixed messages, actually. They talked about hitting the core, or whatever equivalent to the word of... that, whatever synonymous word, decor, they've been using. They made me think I had to shoot the flower. But I have to shoot the woman, which does match up with the whole psychiatric conversation, but still, it definitely seemed like mechanically I was supposed to shoot the core. So I guess it's good that the tutorial is explaining it to me, otherwise I would have done it wrong and wasted the last half an hour. Whoops. Okay, so I just need to charge up the prototype when the Shabnak comes up to me, blast her, and then shoot her. That should be easy. Need her to come looking for me. Is that her spawning somewhere? Looks like it. What? Ow. Apparently that is her. Ow. She's still here? Okay, so I gotta blast those thorns too? The Shabnak subsides. You've subdued her for the day. The town is recovering from the plague. She awaits you on other days. I didn't read it in time because it went on its own. Okay. I wonder if I've defeated her
Like a
in...
gunshot.
I wonder what the payoff for that is exactly. Huh. Curious. Well, at least I accomplished something. I don't know how to do the other quests. Maybe I can't do it? Maybe there isn't anything to do? But I think I can just take a nap and skip the next day anyway. Curious what if the graph looks better now. I was just hanging out. Consequences. I destroyed a focus of infection and the plague receded. Fighting Shabnak is a good alternative to decrees. No. We don't need alternatives, we do both. It looks like I got the contagion all the way down to 0 at the end of day 3. It's all the way down as a result of killing the Shabnak. Wild. Everything is combined pretty fantastically at that point. And I think I've delayed the death of the town. It looks like day 6 is accessible now. Damn. Oh, I can do I can declare things now too. Not gonna stop the day from dying exactly, but it's something. Okay. And they also clarified, so it can go all the way up, but the town dies if it crosses the red line. So we need to stop it from even getting that high. Which, Jesus Christ, day 5. It goes all the way from less than 20 to more than 90 in one day? What is up with day 5? I'm not sure how much these systems make sense necessarily, but they're fun to mess around with at least, I guess. Yeah, I just straight up unlocked another day. And I guess at some point, I might get a 4th decree slot based on maybe a level of authoritarianism or something. Or time travel etude. Alright, let's go ahead and time skip, I guess. Because I'm not gonna be able to do anything else today. But it's time to finally go to another day. I think I've done well enough at least. I wish I could figure out what was up with the part I can't figure out, but it'll have to do fine. I just don't know what's up with that one apparent thing that's listed like it's a quest I can do, but seemingly isn't a quest I can do, or something. Yeah, I already tested it. I don't know why they frame it like it's a thing that I could still do. And it doesn't give me an objective to actually work on. Just very strange, overall. So we can go forward or back. We've unlocked day 2 now, because of the end day 6. So half of it's figured out. Let's review what we can do on day 2. But first I must recall whether I opened the hospital, otherwise I'm a little used. Well, we did that. We've learned that we did that on day 3. So somebody barricaded the study. If only I'd come there. If only I'd come there this morning. So I need to go to Isidora's study first thing in the morning, and I might be able to get access to what's going on there. Seems like it's the biggest priority. And then Sticky says that he saw Isidore's killer, so I can try to pursue him. Somewhat messily, this is also the same day that Isidore gets buried, so I need to figure out that it's kind of a be at two places at once kind of thing, which in another game would be a binary choice, but in a game like this, the Bachelor can just play the day one way and then play the day the other way and then be witnessed doing both as if they're both true. So he really can just be in multiple places at once. It seems reasonable to go back to 2 and see what I can do there. It's also relatively cheap, currency-wise.
Those who reported you wished you well.
You're the exception, I guess. You do have a voice actor. You're like the framing device guy, so you're gonna be here throughout. Would you be so kind as to grace me with your signature, Honorable Bachelor? Right here on this line, if you please. Can I at least read it first? What good are signatures if everyone's going to read the papers first? It's just a statement that you're speaking with me of your own free will, by your own desire, dare I say it, that you volunteered to tell me your sorrowful tale. Is this some extra way to humiliate me, by pretending I wanted all of this for myself? But didn't you want to tell me about the second day? Just a reminder, I wasn't asking about it. It's you who insist that the events preceding the plague outbreak are crucial to understanding it. You're mocking me. Enjoying what little power you have. No matter. I won't forget any of this. Wonderful. Now then. Day 2. According to witness testimonies, Bachelor Dankovsky desecrates the body of the deceased town sage and healer, heightening social tensions amongst the local populace. Wait a moment. So you actually know what happened that day? You were just pretending it wasn't important? As far as I understand, it was Isidore Burke's house that you discovered the first signs of, They call it the sand plague. It doesn't matter. You broke in. Don't interrupt. Fine, I'll rephrase. You enter Isidore Burke's house. With what purpose? It was Isidore who invited me to the town. I suspected his death might be connected to Simon's murder. And you thought playing detective was more important than finding the source of a deadly disease. I couldn't have known about the epidemic on the second day. I don't believe that's true. Well, I don't believe you're interrogating me to uncover the truth. This is a mockery. Don't you have other ways to exert your power? You're so intent on seeing me as the enemy. I'm a scientist. I pick enemies of a significantly higher caliber than middle-aged Homo sapiens with an unhealthy liver and pancreatitis, further aggravated by, if I may venture a guess, significant exhaustion and cardiac insufficiency. Ah, what delightful tricks. Even my pancreatitis. Well, it's not an uncommon problem in my demographic. Still, color me impressed. Do you pull rabbits out of hats for your patients like that too? I'm merely observant. A living organism holds no secrets to a keen-eyed man. We are all depressingly similar. Enough. We're wasting time. Have it your way. I'll close the report and pretend I know nothing. Tell me what you did on the second day. And what interests me most is not your detective games, but the origin of the plague. I hope you don't think I killed Isidore Burrock. Of course not. That line of inquiry was the first I crossed out of the report. The murderer was suspected to be Isidore's own son, Artemy. This cat just started getting so fucking loud. It's so distracting. Oh, this cat. Okay, calm down. Alright, I'm gonna have to close the door. I can't think. Ooh. The cat just starts yelling at nothing. I have only one request. I want my testimony recorded verbatim. Boom. A new day begins.